Hello everyone and welcome back to Beyond the Veil background information. We're doing an Angels and Demons profile and I do apologise that everything with the recordings is late this month, but it's been a bit of a hectic time for me, so I hope you'll understand. Now, as usual, we do a random quote from one of my stories where I use this character or a mention from one of them where they use it, and then I give you the background information I have on them, and then I give you a profile for the character when I'm using them in my stories. Now, because most of the demons tend to have more stuff about them than the angels, you will start to see now as we go through the more obscure angels and demons that the information bit gets smaller than the actual profile I create. So it should be quite interesting, and we've got an example of that today. With we're talking about the angel Haniel. So let's get into it. I am concerned by your desire to protect these demons, but we all have the best intentions for all those born in this universe, and I suppose they do count. But I will remain observant, as will our comrades. Quote from Ambitious Aim. Another one of the seeming female archangels, Haniel is thought to derive from Haniel, and generally is quoted as meaning joy of God or charm of God. They're an angel known in Kabbalah, Jewish law, and angelology, and is sometimes included amongst the names of the seven archangels. However, there are no official notes on Haniel being an archangel, and they have no presence in scripture, unlike some of the other angels we've talked about before. Haniel is associated with Venus and with the moon, hence their more feminine link, particularly within angelology, where they are often linked to a turquoise light and as being a guide to intuition. Haniel, though, is thought in Kabbalah to be the archangel of the Sephiroth called Netzach. This is one of the 10 and sits at the base of the Pillar of Mercy with kindness and wisdom surrounding it. Haniel is often associated with the grace of God in some translations of the names, and thus things like charity and understanding are often linked to their being. However, unlike most angels, they do not appear in Enoch, and though they've often been pulled up within popular culture for their role as a predominantly feminine angel, there is nothing much else to say about them. But they are one of the archangels that Dr. John Dee placed in their Sigillium de Amos. I don't know how to say those words properly, sorry. Often these diagrams being copied and mean that Haniel is linked to light magic and a protective force against demons in some circles for this. But sadly, that's all there is to say about Haniel. Okay, so their profile. Name, Haniel, position, archangel, story featured in Ambitious Aim, role, guardian, gender, agender but often appears female, description often appears as a feminine energy that's linked to the colour turquoise. They are thought to have dark hair, light-tanned skin, soft brown eyes, and turquoise wings that shine with bright light. Realm, heaven, abilities. Haniel illuminates the darkness, often using their light to ward off demons and their kin from humans. They can fly and see the truth of it. See the truth as all angels, but Haniel is able to read intentions too, particularly the intentions of those with dark thoughts. Some even state that they can read into the motives of demons, and so demons fear looking at them. Master the Almighty, personality, thoughtful, gentle, and caring, Haniel often takes on the mothering role for young angels and teaches them how to use their own joy to bring joy to others in dark times. They are very aware of how troubling times can be and often go out to shine light into this darkness and try to give people hope and happiness despite things. They are not one of those that leaps into battle, but they are measured, calm, and often a source of reassurance. Relations, Jophiel, their sister. Haniel brings enlightenment to those seeking the truth, and those are beings that Jophiel will protect. The pair have a close bond and work best to aid each other. Jophiel is protective of Haniel, and Haniel is protective of Jophiel, and they are rarely seen too far apart. But Jophiel is the more eager to battle, and sometimes needs Haniel to keep them calm. History born of the thought of truth, wisdom, enlightenment, and protection, Haniel was created to guide all those who became open to knowing the answers. They soon found that they had a secondary effect of reassurance against fear, and when the clouds are dark, might often break through with a beam of sunshine to ease the suffering. Haniel's life is quite comfortable in this way. They are not in contact with any that fall, and when they hear Lucifer's clarion call, and cool. Haniel is the one to turn to the other angels and state calmly that Lucifer speaks from pride or ego. Their words and wisdom encouraged many not to get involved. Some did go, but when they came back, Haniel soothed them and revealed with Jophiel what they had felt and their own folly to teach them, marking out the good glory from those that had just made simple mistakes as Ariel had. However, when the war came, Haniel was unwilling to raise arms against their brethren, but when Jophiel pulled out a flaming sword and defended the stairwell towards the throne, Haniel had no choice but to join, using their brilliant light to force the others back. Haniel did not approve of casting their brethren out, nor did they approve of drowning the world after the Nephilim. They had also hoped that death would show kindness towards Adam and Eve, and Haniel found themselves often meeting with the angels of death and being friendly to them. Later, though, Haniel is involved in making a point that they do not trust Bol and his fellows, so they try to make a point of it, but Ariel proves that Bol has potential. It is only later Haniel is proven right, and it becomes difficult to handle him. Final comments: an interesting figure, but as I said, we're starting to move into the areas of less information now. Thank you for listening.